Hello everyone, back today with another figure. This time it's the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Agent Venom. I've been really excited about this one for a while. The first time I saw him, I really wanted him, but he was sold out everywhere, so I patiently waited for a reissue, which it seems like Kaiyodo, Revoltech, whatever you want to call them, they definitely are looking to do reissues for a lot of their figures that are extremely popular. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Let's just start with the box real quick. I like the simplicity of the Revoltech boxes, right? I don't know what you guys want me to call it. Kaiyodo, Revoltech, Amazing Yamaguchi. I'll just stick to Revoltech. It's easy. I love the simplicity of the Revoltech boxes. It's really nice. Really cool. Promo pics on the side. You can also purchase these directly from them, just so you know. That's cool. Shows you all the parts that you get. Shows you a bunch of promo pics with said parts. That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the figure. I mean, that's amazing already. Just upon first look, all the guns, all the stuff you get. You get a few webs here. It's pretty cool. You get the different eyes, which is pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and just take it all out. Cool. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys the tentacles later. But we'll start with just like the main accessories. You do get a lot of accessories. I actually didn't even realize that. I was like, when I pull all these out, I was like, where are all the hands at? And they actually put the hands inside of a little plastic baggie taped to the stand behind the figure. And I was like panicking trying to find them. Here they are. You do get a nice instruction manual here on how to do things, which is pretty cool, with pictures and everything, even if you can't understand Japanese or whatever it is. All right, let's just start with Agent Venom first. He's really bulky. He's really nice. He's kind of hefty. Like, he weighs a lot more than just your average figure. Let's see. So you get a nice little T-pose here. Despite the fact that he's got the shoulder blades there, I do wish with the shoulder pads. I do wish that the shoulder pads had the hinge that SH Figure Arts puts on their stormtroopers, which is absolutely fantastic. You know, other manufacturers, like other brands like Hasbro and Mafex and even SH Figure Arts' own internal team that does like Dragon Ball Z, because I know that they have different teams. They have like their Dragon Ball Z team that does like anime, you know, Star Wars team. They probably have their Marvel team. So they definitely need to take notes and you know, help each other out, because the way that SH Figure Arts does the Stormtrooper, they put like hinges so you can like lift it up and kind of like move it back and forth. Definitely check out that Mafex Luke and Han review that I did if you want to see it, because I compared the two Stormtroopers together. But yeah, he's really nice. There it is. See how easy that pops up when you put a little too much pressure on it, stresses it too much, and then it just pops. And be careful, because these are spiky and they do hurt. All right, so there's the movement. That's pretty much about as much as you're gonna get, right? Because trying to close up his arm a little bit. So I think that's about as close as you're gonna get. Kind of like moving outwards and inwards like this. I'm trying to get his bicep to swivel a little bit. His bicep doesn't really swivel that much, as you can see, right? Because of the shoulder pads. Let's go ahead and take that off. Let's see. So if you want to get that range, that movement, you're gonna need to take off the pad, the shoulder pad, because it's definitely gonna hinder that. But even then, right here, you know, the lack of butterfly joints is really going to make it difficult. I guess he's not really going to have to do anything like that, but I would still have liked a nice butterfly joint there. I do like what Revoltech does with this piece here, right, where it kind of like spins with the whole bicep. That's pretty cool. Same thing on the other side, obviously. These pouches do move. I'm not sure what's the reasoning behind it. Maybe you can take them off. Maybe they're just to move around with your character if you're like, right, bending him, kind of want it to be able to move. All right, so that's about as far up as he can go. Right, he's got a lot of range in his knee there, which is pretty cool. Same thing. They should have had like a hinge here so you can kind of like turn it. Really, really spiky. There's not much to say about this figure other than just he looks absolutely fucking amazing. I mean, just straight up looks so good. All the holes for the tentacles, which is pretty cool. Got a bunch of holes for his holster too. All right, on to the accessories. So you get a really nice grenade launcher. Pretty tight. You do get 4 guns, right? Because of the tentacles, they all hold guns. So you do get 4. You do get 4 of these, which I assume are for the holsters here. So you can kind of like pop these in, right? And then I guess this holster goes onto his, into one of the little holes there with the little pin. All right, so you do get 4 of these. I didn't pull the other ones out, but yeah. You do get 4 of these, and then you do get more pouches if you want as well. Right here. And the guns, let me show you guys. Right, the guns look pretty cool. Kind of like futuristic looking guns. Pretty tight. You do get his web. If you do want to do like web shooting action. Pretty cool. And you get a few set of eyes that you can use. You get a lot of stuff. You get an assortment of hands with his symbiote looking hands here, and then just the other ones. And right here for the web action ones. I love this. I hope in the future that Mafex, SH Figure Arts, and whatever start doing this. This is the coolest thing ever. This is like the best way to have your extra hands somewhere, to have them like nice, neat, and organized, especially if they're going to go in a box somewhere. Whether you're going to keep your original packaging or you're just going to toss them in a box somewhere like a Ziploc bag and put them away in like some sort of like accessory case. This is the way to do it. So here is extra tentacles, and I'll pull a few out so you guys can see them. One thing I wanted to add before we move on to the tentacles is that I did pay for the more expensive version of him so I can get the really cool exclusive Venom head. This is what it looks like with it on. And here's his articulation for his head. Sorry, I forgot to talk about that. Very moderate to minimal range, but it's good enough. So you do get these cool tentacles. These pegs go into the holes in the back there, which is pretty cool. So it goes like so. It is cool because it does have a lot of movement, because you have a ball joint there and then you have one here, right? It's pretty cool. So the idea is, and it has like a lot of range. It moves freely, right? So you grab one of those, and then you can grab one of these. Let's go ahead and put all of them on him, so that way we can take a look at it. It looks amazing. I mean, it's really cool. I love this idea of, you know, they're really like, they've got a lot of range. Like you can move this around a lot. It's pretty cool because there's 3 separate ball joints, so you can like really kind of like move it around. Just be careful when putting them on. You get these really small ball joints, and they do come out. So like if you're like messing around with them, they do come out, all of them. Even the bigger ones here, like this one comes out as well. So just be careful when you're pulling them in and out. You're gonna notice that like sometimes you pull it out and then like one of them stuck to the other side still. And you also don't want it to break, because you have these, in order for them to like move like this, there's like a slight little opening right there. And if you put too much pressure on one side, whether it's the like whatever side, it'll break. I've had one of my wrist pegs break like that. So these like pegs, these joints, like be really, really careful with them. I did put on a holster so you guys can see what it looks like. It's pretty cool. Highly recommend them. It looks amazing. Do not miss out on them if you could still pick them up. He should still be readily available. These are the effects for the blast, which is pretty cool. He should still be readily available. Highly recommend them. Again, it's amazing. I can't wait to take pictures. I can't wait to mess around with him and add him to other figures, my other collection. Let's go ahead and just compare him real quick to a few figures. All right, this is kind of a last minute addition that I'm going to throw into the video. Basically, like after I stopped recording, I started messing around with him a little more because I wanted to take a few pictures. My dumbass thought these were for his hands. I just really couldn't understand the instructions. I mean, the pictures were helpful, but I wish they had like an English translation of just a few things, you know, written out. But anyways, the symbiote hands go to the tentacles, right? So you use one of these small pegs you leave it in like this piece here, and then the hand goes there for you to be able to attach the gun to it, just like that. But here he is with the guns on the holster, a few guns on tentacles, and his rocket launcher. It is absolutely amazing. Just be careful with this, because he keeps popping out. Like anytime I move him around a little too much and put a little too much stress up here, it just kind of like pops out real easy. So definitely just watch out for that. Also, when you're putting his tentacles on and his guns and changing on his things, be really careful because he's really spiky. And I think I was joking about it earlier in the video. I don't remember, but I'm actually not joking about it anymore. He hurt. Like I was putting on the guns and the hands and I was kind of like stabbing myself everywhere. So be careful. It's really spiky. So here he is next to Mafex Venom. They stand about the same height. Yeah, just about the same height. I think it looks good. I think it's it'll fit well with other figures, even though this is kind of like a different like art style type of figure. I still think it'll look good. You know, depending on like the type of figures you have. Maybe you have like a diorama and you're able to make it blend in really well. And here he is next to Anti-Venom. Again, like I said, depending on the figures, depending on what you have, you can definitely make them fit. I highly recommend them. Don't miss out. He is awesome. He comes with so many accessories. You might still be able to pick them up on the Kaiyodo website directly from them. Whether you want to go and opt in for this one, if it's still available, that's completely up to you. But in my opinion, he's like a 10-10 figure. Maybe 9-10 figure with little issues like the shoulder pads being a little iffy. Some of the movement in the leg here. You know, I wish they gave him a little more range here in this leg area here and here, because you know, he does seem like he needs to be a little more tactical. But again, you know, with the type of cartoony look that he has, I guess it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Well, thanks for checking out the video, and I'll catch you guys next time.